Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Big Chat. We've got a lot to talk about and a lot to cover tonight. Seems as though we've had a couple episodes. Well, an episode, we've had some blow-ups and some maybe showmances. I don't know. Let's find out. Miss Cheyenne is in the house.
I'm here.
And Miss Amanda is in the house. Welcome, ladies. How are you tonight?
Good.
Made it through another Monday.
Well, there we go. Yeah, it's one of those days. I've had 3 Mountain Dews and I'm not even sure if I'm awake. Called the doctor and said, can I have a Ritalin or something? I can't wake up. And they were like, no. I guess it'll pass. So we've had a couple busy days and some blow-ups and some showmances, and I don't know. There's a lot going on in the house.
I thought, despite like all of last week being drama, I feel like as far as like game strategy went, this was a good week.
This was a very good week, yes.
Yeah.
This is what we've been waiting for as fans of the show, longtime viewers. Yeah.
And it was a lot like I didn't have to sit and pause as much to catch things. I was just like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah. And we found out one of the housemates has been trained by the CIA this week. Who knew? So I think he's full of malarkey, but yeah, who knew?
Well, those that are watching behind the scenes have gotten to see that.
So I saw somebody made a Twitter post about that, talking about how the fans that watch on TV, to us, it's like reading a book where we already know the ending. And so there's two separate types of fans. I mean, and they actually call the fans who just watch on TV the casuals, and they might follow Twitter. And then there's the diehards like me that got the live feeds on right now. I'm following Twitter and I'm looking at this stuff.
See, I'm a really weird person of like, if you have a really good movie that you've seen that you feel like I really need to see, you just need to go ahead and tell me what it's about, because if you don't,
I guess
I won't watch it.
Yeah,
just spoil it for me. Like, if I can see, like, like for me, I like seeing the comments on Twitter or on Instagram or on Facebook.
Not all of them, yeah.
Or on Reddit, to where I can be like, oh, okay, so there's we can put 2 and 2 together here. So there's like a little bit of spoiler, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah, they try and keep it balanced, and so they'll cut the feeds to record something for the show. But 9 times out of 10, we can figure it out. Like, I don't know why they were all wearing the beanies the other day, but it had something to do with the veto contest. And of course, we already know, spoiler alert for anybody who's going to be watching the show, we already know who it is. and we already know if it's been used or not. So, um, yeah. So I like a little bit of the mystery and intrigue like you, but I want to get ahead of the game and know what's going on. And this season has been the most confusing season because everyone in the house is convinced there's a large group that's together, and there's
when
not.
when when like if you look at it in actuality, if we back it up a week or two, it's
There
kind
could
of
have been.
everybody. It's kind of everybody. They're
And
all they're all in like a
usually there's like two sides of the house. There's like five sides of the house this season, and then there's Kenny.
poor thing.
You
He
know,
gets left out.
I but I was thinking about that the other day from a police officer's perspective. Now, when Derek played, he managed to never sit on the block the entire season as an
Oh,
undercover
wow.
detective. He was very good, very manipulative. I'm wondering if Kenny isn't trying to make his own game plan and be on the damn block every week.
Or maybe a little turnout like that one guy you told us about that just keeps wanting to go home and they never send him home.
Send him.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Something that I thought was interesting, and I didn't, I guess it did never really cross my mind that it began at the beginning of Sunday's episode. It said that they were at week 10 already.
no, it's gonna be day 10. It can't be week 10. They're only in there for 90 days.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah,
70 days, yeah. So
yeah.
it's gotta be it'd be day 10. Well,
Still,
they've
that
already
that
lost
still
track of
seems,
time.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
Because they were sitting out in the backyard the other night trying to figure out what day of the week it was. And they were like three of them, like Joseph, uh, Lisa, I think maybe Cedric. They couldn't even remember what day of the week it was. So
Wow.
well, I mean, they're locked in there, and sometimes they close the door on the house, and they've only got one
Yeah.
clock in the house, and it's on the stove. So
and who knows if that's right.
yeah, can you trust
Yeah.
Big Brother or AI Ainsley this year? So
Yeah.
that would be funny. But so yeah, I think
But
it,
this was a very, I feel like for an average person like such as myself that's not like a diehard watch of Big Brother, um this week I feel like was a very, how to put it, um I feel like what the average person would go into thinking on how to play the game, and I thought it was very smart.
yeah, I agree. And like I told you earlier, there's going to be some separation and division amongst them,
Mhm.
and we're getting to that point where they feel like they know each other so well. Now, us on the outside can't understand that. I can kind of understand it living and working with people for 24 hours a day. So I can kind of understand it, but now it's almost like they know everything. And I mean, for
Well,
instance,
to
last night,
kind of to emotionally survive, you kind of have to
yeah,
cling on to your people.
yeah. And it wasn't T-Kor, it was Kimo. He opened up just kind of inadvertently about when he came out and how that he was worried it would be perceived because he grew up heavily Christian, and we know from um,
Oh yeah,
past shows she's a minister. They're beginning to get to that point, and that's
that
also a
was
dangerous point because they're also forgetting the cameras are there.
that was
Right.
a very nice moment though.
Yes, it
Oh yeah, I
was.
I
hope
did
that makes the
comment on
show.
that.
I hope that did it. No, it
It did.
hasn't. It did okay because
Yeah.
that's not live too. So, um, yeah,
Well,
it's great moments like that. Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you.
so obviously we open up the episode with Matt shaking his little fanny out the door, and MJ is just so distraught. Me and Angela are over here on cloud nine, hooting and hollering and giving him the finger as he's walking out.
I have sent him
But
messages.
and I I can't say it. Oh wait, I can I?
Yeah, we're not on FM. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a foot I can shove up his ass.
Well, all right then.
But Kenny was also very upset because he said that Matt was his number one ally, but was so ready to stab him right in the back. Oh, look, he's so cute. Look at him.
He's my hero.
Our,
I just
our,
wanted that. I just
our
wanted that out there. I'm my savior for the show.
he's he's smart, but he also acts so goofy and dumb. They're just Tucker. It's just
He's
Tucker.
he's my hero.
He's
He's
adorable.
him and mustache guy.
Mm,
I think Tucker is going to be Leah's new boyfriend.
I hope not.
they
I hope not.
they seem to be getting pretty close in the house if you watch.
Tucker, you can do so much better.
well, listen to you, Karen.
Thank you. So then Tucker goes on a nice little rant that Lisa has been a snake in the grass since day one, and he wants her to slither on out. And because at this point, this was right after Matt had left, so everybody's kind of processing their feelings on everything, and MJ feels like there has been one factor causing all of the problems in the house, and the only thing that she can do is win HOH and send Angela packing.
He's the one problem in that house.
Just doesn't happen. So she says that she's gonna have to fight her hardest, basically to avenge what happened to Matt. Again, you've known the guy for 10 days. I mean,
yeah, agreed.
Come on,
But
honey.
we know it happened. So.
Well, and you know what rather surprised me was I forget who she was sitting there talking to. Surprisingly, I didn't write it down. But Lisa sitting there, or she was talking to Chelsie, as it was, sitting there talking to Chelsie, trying to make everyone believe that she voted to keep Matt. And Chelsie is like,
yeah.
How fucking stupid do you think I am?
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. Yeah, that was ridiculous that she even tried, and she's still doing it. Well, she was as of last night when I heard them arguing about it. So,
and I think my favorite part, I'll say my second favorite part of the season so far was Kimo and T-Kor in the kitchen, I think, or off in the pantry when
yeah, that little bar, yeah.
He's like breathing, trying to calm down, and she's just hyping him up, just about how he had counted himself out. And I made a side note that everyone needs a hype man like T-Kor.
Yes, she's great.
You know, on Twitter, she's ranked right now, according to all the polls I've seen, as the number one ranked female on the show. And Kimo is ranked the number one male, which kind of shocked me. I figured that everybody be after Leah. She's dead to me, but anyhow.
She's right now. She's hopping around like a rabbit in the kitchen. Like,
are you kidding?
Sounds about right.
Literally.
And
to get some of that energy worked out.
So then to go from like T-Kor's little hyping up song for Kimo, then we are introduced to a shot of where MJ has been crying in the bathroom the whole time,
Poor
and
thing.
you are watching Leah walk up to the door of the bathroom, quietly open the door. She's perfectly fine, but as she enters through the door, just twists her face up and starts bullshit crying.
Are you saying that
And
was fake?
no,
It was
not at all.
either fake or she lost it when she saw her.
Well, the thing was is she didn't even see MJ yet. Where everything was sat, she was still
Hmm.
further back, so she wouldn't have even seen
Oh,
MJ yet.
Maybe she heard.
But
yeah,
just
that's
the
true.
now I understand, fully, like once you go to get away from everybody, it can just hit you.
Yeah,
But and it's not impossible, but the way it hit her was very suspicious to me.
yes, yeah,
So
definitely.
then we get into the HOH competition of the week is animal obsession. So which they're shown different short compilations of animals, and they have to answer true or false questions based on the videos. And so then you're weeded out whether your answers are right and wrong, so the last player standing wins HOH. So the first question was in one of the videos, there was a cat climbing a cat tower, and it startled the cat at the top of it, and the cat hissed and batted it, and the one fell off. Was that cat orange?
I knew the answer.
The answer was false, which
Great.
they all got correct because it was black and white. Um, then the second question was in the first video, the first compilation, there was a girl at the zoo looking at like a beluga whale, and the
Mhm.
question was she wearing gloves? Um, that one I wasn't paying attention to. I completely agreed with T-Kor on that one, where she was like, I mean, I saw a hat, I saw a jacket. I'm gonna
Yeah.
assume gloves go with it.
Yep.
Um,
That would have been a 50-50 guess for me.
Mhm.
'Cause I
so
couldn't remember that one. But I said
there
no. Or
there
said
were
yes.
there were eight false answers and six true. Um, the correct answer was true, which meant Tucker, Rubina, MJ, Cam, Lisa, Brooke, Joseph, and Quinn were eliminated, which left T-Kor, Kimo, Kenny, Cedric, Chelsie, and Leah left. Um, the third question was that there's a video of a mini horse, and it like ends up like skidding off the ground and rolling over and everything. And the
He was having
question,
fun.
it was cute as shit.
Yeah.
Um,
He was having fun.
the and these are the type of questions that I wouldn't get, because like I was paying attention to like the little things going on in the video, like stuff that Angela had mentioned later was like looking at the emojis that they had on it. But the question was true or false that that video of the horse was the fourth video, and I was just like,
Who knows? Yeah.
so the correct answer was true. So that meant that Cedric and Kenny were eliminated, which then leaves us down to Chelsie, Leah, T-Kor, and Kimo. Um, then the fourth question, which I was pretty certain that I had gotten right, but I see where the flub up happened. But there was a video of a pig, a little mini pig running around, like
Piglet.
wallering all over a pair of socks. And the bottom part of the video had an emoji and it said silly something. So it was that the video of the pig said silly goose, and I was like, oh well, yeah, of course it did. It did not. It said silly goofy.
You idiots!
So I mean that I would have been stuck right there with Kimo. Kimo was the only one that got it wrong, so he was eliminated. So then they start. Is that leaves us down to the last three: T-Kor, Chelsie, and Leah. So then they start another compilation of videos, and you know what I thought was very telling, watching all of their reactions through the second compilation and through the first one. Do you see any of them smiling and having a good time watching these animal videos?
No.
You might get a
Not
little
at
bit of a
all.
smirk, but even I'm just sitting there like,
Yeah.
aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were so focused, like trying to take it all in.
When I'm like, I can take it all in and enjoy it while smiling and trying to have
Right,
a little bit of a soul.
right.
Well, they were intent. They were focused. They were
Yes,
eyeing in on it.
Well, and I expected of anybody, of Leah to be the one to be like, oh, especially on the
right.
second one, nothing.
Nothing.
I'm like, you are just a cold hearted
Wow.
witch.
Wow, you're worse than me.
So the fifth question was that the man in the first clip with the llama was wearing a hat. The correct answer was false. They all got that right, so no one was eliminated.
I say I would have got that wrong.
That
Oh, yeah.
was one that I did notice because at one point the
Yes.
camera panned up more on him to where you could see his head, and
Mhm.
for whatever reason I looked up.
Fortunately, I think he needed safety glasses. So
Yeah, I was quite cracking up at his response to the llama spitting on him, though. It was quite humorous. Now, question 6, the last question, was the one that I wouldn't have answered because I'm just like, there are kittens coming out of a watering can. I don't care how many.
see, I know, Big Brother. I
I
counted.
counted. Yes, I did too.
I was just like, oh, kittens. But even like sitting there thinking with them, I was like, it was either 5 or 6, but
Yeah.
couldn't have been any more than 7. But so the question, true or false, were that 6 kittens came out of the watering can. The answer was true. The only one who got it was Chelsie. So T-Kor and Leah were eliminated, and that means that Chelsie won head of house.
You're a loser!
She is a winner.
Well, she gets set up nice. I don't know. I'll find a noise for it in a minute. So,
But
yeah,
I
maybe
thought it
that's
was I thought it was funny that not too long before that, I think it was like during question 5, that she was like, I don't even know how I got here. I guessed on all of these.
Well, going in, I was thinking she didn't want to win. I was thinking she was one of the ones that didn't want to win because last week her and Cedric were just kind of in the background and left alone so
They
they could
didn't have
float
much of a choice,
everywhere.
though.
No, but that in a way was an advantage. And like she said, she went from worst to first,
Mm-hmm.
and now she's in the spot.
From mascot to HOH.
Yeah. So now she's in a spot, and she's all worried about it. What is she gonna do?
And so everybody super happy for Chelsie, and it was a whole good time. And then Leah just standing there whiny crying, wiping her eyes because I didn't win.
Hey, she's been in the top 3 every
I always
time.
get to the top 3, but I'm never number 1.
Yeah, maybe try harder. I don't know what to tell her. So
then I thought Chelsie had a really funny comment that, like, she was like, after everything the last couple weeks, I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm just trying to clean up all the blood off the floor and put up 3 nominees.
And who was her target that everybody thought would be?
Everybody wanted Lisa.
Yeah.
Everybody was expecting Angela.
Right.
That I felt took an interesting turn more towards the end. um, but so Kenny is like, well, me and Chelsie aren't really vibing on the same thing, so I have a feeling there's probably a pretty good chance that I'll be up there again. And Angela's very self-aware that she's peeved everybody off from the previous week, so she wants to lay as low as Angela can, and
It's
because
not easy.
she she doesn't know exactly where Chelsea's head's at, but she wasn't the only one, because good chunk of the girls that were in the unicorn room together talking um said that they didn't know where her head was at either, because she hasn't had to play like they have.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why I said that really was an advantage.
Mm-hmm. And the first person that you see Chelsie start to talk to about it is T-Kor. Um, and T-Kor's like advice to her was, like, kind of feel everybody out through the one-on-ones, see kind of collectively what the house wants. I guess basically if she
That's
just wanted some
pretty
flat,
sound advice. Yeah.
yeah,
But at
just
one
like
point,
some,
she took it almost to, well, if you don't come talk to me, I'm going to put you on the block. I heard her make that comment, and I was like, well, people might be a little gun shy of you, so that's kind of not a good way of doing it. I mean, if that's your way of doing it, fine, but that's not a good strategy.
well, neither is hiding downstairs from the HOH so that you don't have to confront them about anything, but that
Yeah.
happened too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. I'm not arguing. This has been an odd season so far, at least for odd season as far as the last few seasons.
then I think it was, I don't remember if it was literally like 45 minutes ago. I don't remember exactly, but I think T-Kor was still in the unicorn bedroom with Chelsie, and Cam comes in, and she just asks him, like, well, what about you? What are you thinking? And he just says MJ, Leah, and Lisa, or Kenny instead of Lisa, because he's vulnerable. He's wanting to go home.
Yes.
And Chelsie makes the comment saying that Angela would be an easy one to pick, but she still really feels like she's got to keep her eyes open for MJ, Lisa, and Leah. Um, so I feel like then was the most we've really gotten to see a whole terribly lot more of Tucker. That he goes up to talk to Chelsie, and she's like, you're not on my radar. And then we just get a beautiful, beautiful compilation of all the shit that Lisa is doing to piss him off.
Yeah. They're not friends. Well, they're not fans of each other in the game. Maybe after
Yeah.
they get out of the game, but
I think he would be the kind that's like, yeah, sure, we'll be friends. Mm-mm.
it could be. It
No.
could be.
He's tired of her glitter all over everything.
What did he say? The plastic in his
He
system
already
enough
gets
is.
enough. He already gets enough microplastics. He doesn't need more.
And what kind
Um,
of chef could she be? She makes stuff nobody likes.
yeah.
Yes.
Um, making stuff making stuff that nobody likes, nobody's heard of. Um, wasting all this food, and there was a part of him talking to Angela that there was shrimp that she had cooked and had to cook several times. And then I don't know if part of it was left out or what, but then she cooked and had everybody eat again 3 days later. And
And shrimp.
Angela was like, "Oh, okay, so no wonder why the toilets are so backed up."
Tucker also said before we got on here tonight, he was talking to Leah and he said she sticks parsley in meatballs to make them look fancy.
And there was like a point where they were in the bathroom and she's got her head up, I'm assuming talking to a producer or something. And she's like, "I just need my blue something something bikini and a matcha latte and something." And it just
Yes.
like pans over to Tucker and he's just with that stupid little hat of his just
I wouldn't be surprised if Lisa gets voted off this week.
and he's like, "And what kind of chef exercises in the kitchen?"
Yes.
I can
And
agree with that. Yeah.
I think it's funny, you know, not downgrading Tucker by any means as being chef of a protein bar company, but obviously it is very different than being a traditional chef. But her just coming up to him and being like, "Well, I requested this for next week because I'm gonna make blah blah blah," and he's just like, "What?" And then she's like, "Yeah, and then I think I'm gonna make it with some olive something something," and he's like, "I don't like olives." But then, past all of Tucker's issues with Lisa, we get that nice little moment with Kimo and Chelsie. They were having
My hero.
a little bit of a connection there about talking about growing up in church, and they were discussing, I think, what was it? Chelsea's brother had come out like 2 years ago,
Yes.
and Kimo had said that he hadn't got to come out to his dad before his dad passed away, but he knew his dad loved him and that in their culture, family was very important. So he thinks that he would have been supportive. And then we get into some more of the alliances going on, where we have the core of Cam, Chelsie, and Cedric, and then they are thinking, because they need numbers, of maybe adding Quinn and Brooke, which of course Quinn says that he's in. Brooke doesn't necessarily say no, but she said that when she came into the game, she wasn't going to say no to an alliance.
Yeah, I think that's what Quinn said too, if I remember.
And thusly the Pentagon was created.
They got their own little secret handshake too.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty great.
Mhm.
The Illuminati lives.
Yep. And I thought it was funny of just the one shot of them being outside and Mackenzie asking Tucker to put sunscreen on her back, and he's like, "Yeah,
Yes.
only if you do mine," and he's just like, "Hello, all right."
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe she didn't hear him in her defense. I don't know. Could be.
It's that selective hearing kicking in.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be.
Um, so
I would
then
have liked to see a little bit longer of a clip to know if she really did snub him, but yeah, I think she probably did.
I would have like jumped down in the shallow water and been like, "No, bitch, you said I put it on yours, you put it on mine." So then we get what I thought was quite an interesting conversation between Chelsie and Angela. Um, because
Conversation with Angela is interesting.
true, but we know like from a couple of episodes back, Chelsie and Joseph were kind of keeping tabs on things for her. So Angela goes up to talk to her, and Chelsie tells her that she doesn't want her to go home, but she also doesn't want to go against what the house wants. And I thought it was interesting that so at the time, um, Angela says she understands and that she feels like she could possibly be a good shield for her, which I guess by shield she also means pawn. um, that she could put her up, um, and assuming she wins and everything, then she would not put Chelsie up the next time, as to show that as like a card for her to have in her back pocket and to show that Angela can be trusted. Um, but Chelsie also feels like it would be stupid not to put her up because of how many people she had previously pissed off. Um, but overall, she says that she wants to make the best personal move. Angela seems very understanding of that. Um, so then we go to MJ talking, and it was MJ and Chelsie were talking, and again she was talking about how super upset she was, but also glad that she could play her own game. Which I'm just kind of like, okay, so in 10 days, how much had this man promised you that you felt like you couldn't play your own game?
I think it was the fact that she was up his butt the entire time. That's just
But
my opinion.
yeah, and poor Chelsie, she's just trying to be so supportive, and she's just like, if my eyes could roll, they would, but but so then Mackenzie decides to tell Chelsie um about her power up, which was the American veto.
Now, question about that, because now it's all through the house. Would you tell anybody about that if you had a power?
I can't decide if it's a good idea or not.
I think it would really depend on how much you felt like you could trust those people.
Well, hell, they're falling in love in 5 days, so they must
Well,
be trusting
Chelsea
each other.
also, I mean, she wasn't even a threat to Mackenzie. Why tell her? You know?
No, and neither was Angela.
I
Yeah.
think I think Quinn did it because he would have those again, it was kind of like the offer that Angela made to Chelsie, having that
Yeah.
card in her back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So if say things got rough for Quinn later on, Angela had the opportunity to potentially step in. Angela
Mm-hmm.
knows that Quinn has got the HOH thing, and then kind of I think that was MJ's goal in telling Chelsie of like, because I think it was part of what she had said also was that she has to build her numbers now too, because
Yes.
the BS barbershop all went to shit. Um, so I think it was another of trying to give her that card in her back pocket to help her out later on, potentially.
Yeah.
But I very much agreed with Chelsea's thought process through this whole thing, because Mackenzie is out the door. Her hand has just gone off the doorknob, and she's like, now I'm contemplating if I need to put her up because of the power up,
Yes.
which would kind of be my thinking on it as well. Of like,
flush the power and get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But-
And
That's what she thinks she's doing with Lisa.
well, then we get into this last little part here of the, I guess, the first official Pentagon meeting, where
Didn't involve the CIA operative in the house, though.
it did not.
It really bothered me. They left my hero out.
I thought it was very interesting at that point for Quinn to say at that point in the game he felt like he had to take that information with him to the grave.
And I agree. Yeah, he's in too deep with it now.
After, have just
everybody knows about Mackenzie's, yeah.
But so the five of them are kind of hashing out their ideas, where Chelsie thinks that the way that she would have the least amount of blood on her hands come next week is if she put up Lisa, Angela, and Kenny. But if she did decide to go with like Cam's suggestion, and she puts up Mackenzie and Leah, then she's got more blood on her hands to deal with for the next week. And so then it's time for the nominations ceremony, and it was Kenny, Angela, and Lisa. And what I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but was a little bit, that after her name is called, Angela turns around and you hear her say, "Plot twist."
Yeah.
Like, no, you agreed to this.
Yeah.
You agreed to it.
You said that
you offered it to her.
Use her as a shield, that she would be a shield for them. That was her wording.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
like I said, shield, aka pawn.
But they go home. Never go on the block. Ever. I mean, ever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Kenny's doing. So, I mean, yeah, don't ever do it.
But I mean, and I think it was this, like Lisa, despite how annoying she is, had said it to Angela whenever they sat down to talk. And because Angela was like, I have no problems with you. And Lisa was like, well, pawns go home too.
That is correct. And it's happened before, multiple times. So
just depends on who everybody wants to get out of there.
Yeah, and everybody, and here's the thing now, in the house, Angela is convinced that she's going home. Lisa's, I don't know if I got this right. Lisa's convinced she's going home. So they both got each other, but then they're telling each other the opposite. So
it's a nice little mixture of delusion and self-delusion, I think.
Yeah,
exactly. And at the end of the day, they're going to have what, maybe 10 minutes to decide after whoever wins the AI comp. And it could be a game of chance, or it could be a game like we just saw. So I assume it's going to be something fairly technical, or at least technical looking. So, but yeah, they don't really know. I think the house consensus is Lisa.
I think so
because
too.
she gets on everybody's nerves. Tucker
Yeah.
went up to her. They were up on the little balcony, and he was trying to be all schmoozy woozy, the big handsome jock guy that he is, and talked to her. And he's like, "I really want to work with you." He goes, "But you got to be honest with me." He goes, "Tell me about your power." And she's like, "I don't have a power." And for like 20 minutes, they had this circular conversation. And she said to her, she said, "I don't know what I can tell you to convince you that I do not have the power."
He's still convinced she has it.
He is. And he told her, he said, "Well, I'm not going to be working with you because you're lying to me."
Yeah.
And
Tucker,
everybody in the house is convinced. And I don't know where he got this double vote thing from. he just made that up, or I have no idea, because I don't even recall that being a thing, a power. Now it could have been, I just don't remember it, but
No, it was the America's veto and then the deep fake.
in the
that
deep
passed.
fake. And so, but nobody suspects Quinn at
Mhm.
all. Great
No.
gameplay, Quinn. He's going to go
And-
far in this game.
And weirdly, Angela has kept her mouth shut about it. Granted, her mind could have very well been so sleep deprived at the point she doesn't remember, or
Or
has
she
had.
think he was lying to her. It's
It could
paranoid.
also work out for her in the end if she's the only one who knows.
It's possible.
Yeah, 'cause let's say they get rid of Lisa this week, which all signs are pointing to that, and then they get like a, I don't know, a wild card, Cedric HOH. Who knows what you're gonna do? What he's gonna do?
Right.
So yeah,
I want to see at least one good alliance go a while, and not just crash and burn through one episode. So, hoping
Right.
like maybe if like Cedric or Brooklyn wins head of house for some reason, then they
yeah,
still
that would be a
have their
wild
little.
card, because I don't know what Brooklyn or Cedric would do. They haven't really talked a lot about it.
Well,
Cedric
and
wants
it's,
Lisa out. I do know that.
well, and I've noticed that with several people so far that I wasn't expecting. Um, Brooklyn, one of them, um, and especially with Rubina.
She's laid low. She is
Yes.
not.
So so
She's
says
not a
this.
fan of the younger girls in the house. I do know that. Because she,
Understandably so.
yeah, she's basically said she didn't come in here for a relationship, even though Tucker is kind of lovey-dovey on her. That she didn't come in there for a relationship. She came in there to grow herself and her brand. I'm not sure what her brand is. Well, she's the roller skater, so grow her brand, I guess, with that. So
Well, honey, you can only go so much past 4'9", so
I think Tucker's turning toward Leah now, though.
don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, I was right about Mackenzie and Matt.
Be wrong on this one, please. Please. I mean, I mean, in a weird sense, they could work because they're both almost like dorky, dumb, blondish type.
Yes.
But and who knows? It could be one of those situations where it brings out a better side of her. Who knows?
well, I think she's actually a little smarter than she lets on too.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I mean, to have her own business, that takes some smarts.
Yeah, she's got her own what is it, lingerie business. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, she's no idiot, that's for sure. Yeah, she's got to be doing something right to do that.
Well, you can also sell a lot of bras and panties whenever you're pretty and blonde and pretty darn fit. That we need to make that into a sticker, like the Jesus one popping around the corner. That's like, I saw that.
Yes.
Well, explain to me, because I haven't gotten this. What are they all grinding?
Who knows?
Garlic,
not
pepper.
I was gonna say they might not have.
They have been. They've had like 3 or 4 of them doing it. It's got something to do with the slop.
Yes, and
apparently,
Mackenzie just goes on and on and on. She grinds and grinds, and she'll stop to rest for a minute, and she grinds and grinds.
Wondering if they got like giant horse pill multivitamins that they got to grind up to put in there so that it'll at least give them.
Gosh.
I've never seen them do that on a season. Now they did
Oh my
say that
God.
Lisa come up with, I think, like some fiery honey crisp ones that are almost like
Okay.
edible. And so apparently Lisa has made them taste better, which has been a plus for her. But
Well,
I don't know what the grinding is. I've never seen that. So I'm kind of clueless.
Crazy.
So last night, my hero. Last night, let me start from sort of the beginning. The girls were all up in the HOH room watching the TV, trying to figure out who the guys were talking to. And they were having like a little slumber party.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they sent Leah down to flirt with Cam to see if she could get any information.
Oh, you mean Lisa?
Yeah. No, Leah. No, they sent
That's
Leah.
Lisa.
No, that's Leah.
That's Lisa, the braids.
No, it's Leah. I watched it live. This one here.
That's Lisa. Look at the braids.
Oh yeah.
No, it's her. It's Leah.
No, it's not.
Hey, it is.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I'm not as
Well,
dumb as y'all
shit.
think I am. Damn it.
Well, fuck.
Won't make me. Nah, God almighty. But yeah. They sent down. So they were playing.
It's Lisa, damn it.
Okay, I call her Tina. So they were running around the couch and he was trying to keep her away from him for like 20 minutes. And it was fun, but it was almost like they were back at high school. I mean, it was crazy. And they were upstairs encouraging it. But you could tell, like some of the older women, like Brooklyn and Rabina, were like, yeah, I'm just here because it's a woman's thing. So, but yeah, they were glued to the TV, watching what was going on. TVs over here, watching what was going on down there. And yeah, it was just so high school like. But and then I didn't understand this, but they thought Lisa was coming up into the HOH room, so Rabina and Leah were going to hide. I don't know. Kenny's living the life. He's living the life.
I love it.
He's
Yeah,
like,
he's
I
just-
don't even give a rat's ass.
He's got a pool. He's got they gave him cornhole, and he knows how to play cornhole. So he was teaching them how to play cornhole. I don't know if they kept that in there or not because I haven't seen it again. But they played it. I'm almost wondering if that doesn't have to do with a competition coming up, because usually if they get something like that to play with, there's some reason. But yeah, so he was teaching them how to play cornhole, and they're like, "Oh, you're the cornhole king," and he's like, "No, I'm
Please
just
don't call me
bored."
that.
Yeah.
I love cornhole.
I haven't played it in a long time, but my hero.
He's so precious.
So yes, Chelsie nominated the trio there of Lisa, Angela, and Kenny. I said that backwards, didn't I? And so we know that the Power of Veto contest. Spoiler alert, by the way, we know that the veto contest has been played, and that Kenny won. We also know that Kenny used it, and Cam, Cedric, and Tucker have all volunteered to go up on the block. So they just chose Tucker at random. Huh. So while we got this graphic up here, so the feeds have been up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's got something to do with Angela. Now, apparently, Angela was walking out of the house, headed to the backyard, I think to confront Lisa. But she had tunnel vision on and was a mission and was walking to whomever she was talking to. She stopped and told Quinn along the way, that group over there is the group you need to watch. I don't know if she meant watch out for, watch in what way. Apparently he told T-Kor this. The group was T-Kor, Cedric, Cam, Chelsie. I forget
Rabina.
who am I forgetting? No, what Rabina? Anyhow, it was all persons of color. So CBS is not doing her any favor because apparently there was a blow up because T-Kor went to her about this and
Like, hey, you racist piece of crap.
something was said. So, but CBS, every time the feed show her, Angela, she's just sitting by herself, all solemn and or she's talking to herself about, I got to win this game. And, and if any of the house guests talk about this, the feed's cut. Now, even Xavier said that there's not going to be a Cookout 2.0. The game's had. Everybody sees it. So even I don't understand how you could take it that way.
Mm-mm.
But they're not letting us, the viewers, if the live feeders, are the fans at home, the casuals, the drive-bys, see it. So we don't know what happened. Now, Twitter has went completely batshit crazy with this. They've been posting on, and you can look it up. I don't remember who it was, but her boss has already put out a statement, Angela's. They've, on all of her realty sites, they've went and give her horrible Google reviews, Yelp reviews, whatever kind of reviews you can give. And they've never been a customer of hers. That's taking the game a little too far. That's the game is inside the house. So my point is, I'm looking at this, and there's a person of color that's the head of house. So am I a racist for saying that there's 4 white people that were nominated? You can't have it both ways. So Twitter, I'm sorry, but I disagree with you. And I disagree with what CBS is doing to the live feeders, and a disservice to Angela.
Well,
whether she is or isn't.
They're definitely making it look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then there's the plot twist that they're saying that Angela, because she's been on Wheel of Fortune, Price is Right, Dr. Phil, that she's a plant from production.
Right.
Her family, of course, is denying that. So, and I mean, I guess they would. They said that she just likes game shows and reality TV, and this is something she wanted to do before she got too old. I can see that.
Yeah.
And I know here in Atlanta, I have friends that have been on multiple shows, multiple times, and they make their living off of going to being an extra on The Walking Dead, the Vampire Tale. I'm saying the name of it wrong.
Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
The high school drama that was the teenage thing. They have so many extras for Atlanta's Stranger Things. Yeah, Atlanta is the film site for a lot of things. So I got friends. That's all they do is they go and they're extras. I've been an extra. I was an extra in Avengers Endgame. I was an Avengers in whatever that one you just named, the vampire one.
Vampire Diaries.
Oh, Vampire Diaries.
I was an extra in it. I was a hazmat person. Yeah, of course. I always was a firefighter or captain. I was in Clint Eastwood's movie about the bomber here in the Atlanta area for the Olympics. So I was a firefighter in it. So I mean, I've done it. People do it. I've been on the set of The Rock when he had the game where you had to run and climb and move mountains and stuff. I was in the audience several times for that. So it's it pays like $200 a day, and you waste 10, 12 hours depending on how long it is. They feed you very well, but like I said, I got tons of friends that are doing it, so I can see where that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She lives in Phoenix, I think
so.
Yeah, I don't know how much filming they do out there, but I guess you could fly to it. But I know when a lot of the game shows come around, they go to the Fox and film at the Fox Theater. So they might have a theater there they film at, which is funny because up until I started doing some of these things, I never realized the game shows travel because the set always looks the same. I thought it was all live in Burbank, I never realized it. So I don't know, but taking it to the point where they're attacking her business. You can look it up for me real quick if you don't care and see her boss released a statement about it. But I think that's just ridiculous. So, and if CBS is doing it to get the drama and they're going to have a show where it airs it and it's okay, maybe that's okay. But I don't know. It just seems to me like they're leaving a bad taste in people's mouth either way. So
Yeah, I could agree. Because it would be like one thing if they did kind of like um where Drag Race has oh shoot it's like the I can't think of why it's not coming to me, but it's their like backstage kind of thing where Untucked, where you can hear all the drama that goes on in between when they're on the main stage and not, so you can hear all the crazy bickering and stuff that was said.
Hmm. Yeah, it looks like Angela's boss says her job is safe and addresses the Big Brother 26 controversy. They have taken down her bio on their website so people can't disrupt them while she's on the show.
that's taking the game too far.
It is.
Well,
It's a show.
but you've got to show some appreciation for the boss though, for
Yes.
not caving in to everybody bombarding them, and they're like,
Hmm.
no, we got our employees back.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it makes her look like she's a great employee as well for them to
Mhm.
do that for her.
yeah, and you never know what's in somebody's heart and soul. I mean, you really don't.
Right.
But and that is the one thing about the Big Brother house that eventually, and we're getting to that point in the show where they forget about the cameras. Um,
Mhm.
and they've been there with each other for what do I say, 12 days now, I think 10, 12 days. So 24/7, that's 2 months to us. I mean,
Yeah. They're
so
definitely forgetting. Mackenzie was just on screen picking her nose. So,
I would have done forgot by the second day, and I'm just dropping my drawers
right.
in front of
oh,
whoever.
I think it was Sabina that put on her bikini top and was like, oh,
Yes. I'm just
so,
waiting for these crazy things to start happening.
yeah, and it happened. I would be one of them. So, and then we're going to get so comfortable with each other because they see each other all the time.
Hmm.
There's only one bath. Well, there's two bathrooms, but technically only one because you can't get access to the other one all the time. So,
Yeah.
and the only place to go to get away really is that balcony up there.
Yeah.
And even then, there's mics and people can see you, house guests, and everybody. So, yeah, there's no getting away. Now, with that being said, there are certain players on the show that we've forgotten about. My boy, Hosea. He's got very
He-
little screen time, even though when he does, it's
Yeah.
gems. But
He is.
he's
He's staying
hated.
low.
Yeah. Uh, Quinn is playing a good game. Quinn has said that his final two, ride or die, is T-Kor. And
Hmm.
in fact, he was just saying that Lisa, if he gets HOH and Lisa's still there, she's got to go because she said that T-Kor was her target if she got HOH.
Hmm.
So, that makes no sense to me. The girl, I
She's
mean, we
just
haven't
picking
seen the
somebody.
veto. Yeah, we haven't seen the veto contest. She may have been kick ass at it. I don't know. We don't know
Yeah.
what the veto contest was, but we haven't really seen her compete in anything big so far. I
She's
mean,
really smart. I'm not sure if that's come across in the house and we just haven't seen it.
was it T-Kor?
She's
Oh yeah,
really
she's
Oh,
smart.
very bright.
I think she made that pretty clear from the beginning.
Yeah.
When
So that could be why they want to get rid of her.
when she does talk, you can tell she's very well spoken.
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
well, she's another young lady that runs her own business.
Hmm.
And that to me would have to be a harder business than the drawers business because
Hmm.
Right.
of course I don't understand crocheting, but so
Well, I mean, to get
She's
mentioned by Michelle Obama, then
yeah, I
all
think
the
in
Oprah,
all
magazines.
these
yeah,
in all these different kinds of magazines. I mean, that's some
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's very
Interesting.
bright too.
Yeah.
But she's playing a great game hiding in the background. And like I said about Quinn earlier in the show, with him having the power, it's too late for him to say anything.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
and
going
he's
to have to
only
go to
got,
week 4 with him.
yeah, I was gonna say he's only got a couple more weeks that he can use it. So
Now, like you said, if Angela, yeah, that's one thing sometimes a lot of players do, and we haven't seen it in a while, is right as they're going out the door, they stop and they make a little speech. And they're like, this guy's working with this guy's doing this with her, she's hiding with him, she blew him off in the bathroom, da da da, and like totally blows up the house as they're leaving. We haven't
sounds
seen
like
that in a
something I
long
would do.
time. And so if
Oh, by the
Angela
way,
if Angela does get the boot, will she be that one that's got the clip that's famous? Because there's a few people that have walked out. My favorite, Cornbread, he just got up, grabbed his bag, threw it over his shoulder, turned around, yelled, "Fuck y'all," and slammed the door in your face.
also sounds like something I would do.
That's something I would do.
He will not come on my show. I have emailed him back and forth. He will not come on my
Yeah.
show. BMT in Georgia. He will not do it. He's so bitter because he was the first one out and they all lied to him. Oh, we got your back. You're good. Blah, blah, blah. And behind him, they were just driving that dagger in. The military guy. Oh, what was his name? He ended up marrying, I'm having a total brain cramp. He ended up marrying a girl off the show and they're together and they have like 5 kids.
Wow.
And he was on the show, very military, didn't talk to anybody, had a really strong attitude that didn't fit in Hollywood, and was just like really, he was winning comps. I think he got evicted 3 times during the show. He got evicted and he won a power that brought him back in, and he got evicted and he won a battle back. And he still didn't win the show, but I think he holds the record for going in and coming out the most. And his exit, I guess it was his last one. He just got up, walked across the table in the middle of them, jumped off the table, hit the door, and slammed the door in their face. That was there's been a couple really good exits. So could Angela be the next? Because
you're doing that.
I don't know. She's kind of crazy. She's kind of crazy. I like her and all, but kind of crazy. As a character, I like her. I don't know if I'd like her as a person, but as a game player, now I don't like seeing them sit on the for the past 2 days, sit on the cameras and just appear all sullen and sulking, like their feelings are hurt. I don't like to see that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anybody to have that feeling. But I don't. As far as a game player goes, I think she's all right. She paranoid, and but then again, did the producers put her in there to play a certain part?
Right. Yeah.
There's that conspiracy going around. If anybody wants to call in and talk about this, 1-888-88-YERGZ. I don't think I said it at the beginning of the show. My head's not here. I had not enough Mountain Dew, or too many. No, not enough Mountain Dews. I'm still not awake. So yeah, will she be that one? I don't know. I'm looking forward to it.
Angela's been hanging out outside with everybody today, and she seems pretty good. She's been smiling and talking to everybody.
It may have just been the day she was put up on the block. She was kind of right there, because I can see how that would make you feel some kind of way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
that's why
she should have seen that one going a mile away.
That's why I just don't. I don't think she's as bad as people give her credit for.
Yeah.
If she gets a second HOH and she loses her mind, then we'll be like, okay, you're enough. You're losing that behind the wheel.
Because I feel like T-Kor had said it best, whereas like I understand it. Did she handle it with the same tact that I would have? No. But
Well, and being the first HOH is tough too, because depending on when they have it, you've only known these people maybe 7 days at max, and you're making a life-altering decision. You know, some of these people, and I don't know if any of them are on this show are like that, but some of these people, you know, have actually needed the money. So you're making a decision that, you know, $750,000 that affects that changes your life. You know, or at least buys you a little bit of happiness. Strippers and blow, something. So, you know, I'm not talking about my personal experience, but you know, whatever. Gotta live a life. But so it's got to be tough.
Did anyone catch Rubina doing the worm like 10 minutes ago?
No. Oh my God.
That was, she killed it.
That's great. That's great.
She killed it.
Well, I mean,
that was awesome.
She's just an oversized caterpillar anyway, so.
Right? That was fantastic.
I hope that somebody caught it and put it on X. I'd like to see that. So
Leah had a pillow pulled up. I thought she was getting ready to hit somebody with it, but then she just let it drop.
Well, they had a pillow fight, I think, like 2 nights ago.
Did they?
Yeah.
I thought they were about to have another one.
Last night, when they were playing the ring around the couch game, Leah and Cam, production was like, stop that. Because in the past, players have been hurt horse playing on the set. So,
oh gosh,
no, make me.
Right? So, we have to find a way to entertain ourselves.
Yeah, and that's I gotta say, the past 2 days, the feeds have been, when they've been up. Thank you, CBS, for not allowing us the opportunity to see the game as it should be seen. They're bored. You know, the cornhole was a good diversion. But I think that
do you blame them?
Quick. Yeah. I think they've asked for a deck of cards, and so far production has said no. And I don't think they'll give in to that, but they had given them some board games in the past.
Say you'll give them a set for cornhole, but you won't give them a deck of cards.
Right.
Maybe if it had biblical verses on it, they would. I don't know, but yeah. So, but yeah, it's the time of the season. But wait till it gets down. There's only like 5 players left. You know, that's when it's really, that's when it really drags. When they have a long season, and when it's the final 2 weeks, and there's 3 people, then there's 2 people. It makes for a long. Even the live feeders are like, oh.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, wow, they're doing the same thing they were doing last night.
Yeah.
And then when they get down to that point, you know who's going to knife who.
Right.
We're still.
Yeah. Drag Race is very similar.
Yeah, and they still, each one of them thinks that Lisa has a power. I heard him talking about it earlier today. Well, maybe she can use it if she loses the AI contest. She doesn't have the power. So what's going to happen when she gets evicted, do y'all think? And she doesn't use the power because she doesn't have the power.
Everyone's jaw will drop.
Just like.
So they're really going to be on the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn has better have been microscopic about his breadcrumbs. Leah will be on the case because she's still trying to figure out that third vote. Her and T-Kor. And we know from Tucker talking, he's been trained by the CIA to read body language and psychology. That's what he was telling Lisa the other day. I about fell out of my chair laughing. I had my headphones on. I was laughing so loud. I'm like, you haven't been kidding me.
He was just talking to Leah about it earlier too.
Oh, he told her that too?
Yeah.
He's gotta tell the ladies something good to impress them.
Right.
Looked at the CIA. Can't tell you about it. I have to kill you.
You can only woo a girl so much with protein powder.
Yeah, she's on slop, isn't she? Who's on slop? It's the girls. I know Tina.
Yeah, Mackenzie,
and Leah.
He still says Tina.
Yep.
well, Tina Tinkerbell, whatever the heck her name is. So, but yeah, I think. But I would like to know if there's a way we could find out, because every season the house guests find ways to make it palatable. And apparently, this season she's made it somewhat palatable because they're not really griping like they always do. I mean,
Yeah,
some
I'm pretty sure
seasons.
you're right on that.
I wish it was a cookbook or something we could read. What are they
Right.
putting in it?
The
Because-
cookbook of Big Brother.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what Tina will come out and do. Lisa, whatever the hell her name is, she'll come out and write a
Well,
Big Brother cookbook.
when you open it up out of its packaging, you're gonna have to blow all the glitter off of it.
They're gonna
Or
find
lick
that
it-
in the
or
house
lick
for
it off.
seasons.
Maybe it comes with glitter like in a separate package in case you choose to use it.
I figure there are 2 pages in the middle that look like they're stuck together, and once you force them open, it's just a confetti cannon.
Yeah, them nicknaming her Tinkerbell, that was the best. So,
Yeah, you pull it open, and a little spring-loaded word thing that pops up that says "good vibes only," and then like glitter goes everywhere.
yeah. Oh, and I meant to ask, ladies, did you have any input as to what you thought the POV contest was? With those dunce hat, and apparently Hosea was the one that was the MC. What? Any ideas? Little
No
hat with
idea.
the color on it. Yeah, they haven't gotten many details out of it, so it took a while. But so I don't know, but yeah, I'm
It's
curious.
a nice game of Big Brother's version of "Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?"
Could be. What if Leah came in third again and she wasn't even playing? What? Who got Drew for veto? I don't even know the answer to that. I forgot to look. So we know who
That I
won.
don't
So
know.
yeah. So we'll find that out on tomorrow night's episode. So see, there are some answers. There are some questions we cannot answer for you. Even though we do know that Tucker is up because he volunteered like a dummy. So I think he's pretty safe. I don't think so. Something really bad would happen.
Yeah, he probably thought Lisa was a shoe-in to be gone this week, so he probably thought it didn't matter if he was there or not.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I think if you asked him, he'd be like, if it's between me and Lisa, I mean, who do you think they're gonna pick?
Right.
true.
Yeah.
Now,
I believe
granted,
he's the chef
when
right now. So
now, granted, when it comes between Lisa and Angela,
there's gonna be some blood drawn there.
Yeah.
Somebody's not gonna be happy because
I think there might be more people against Lisa right now, though.
that's
I
kind of what I
believe
was
so.
thinking, but I was questioning that about Matt last time. So
true.
people took a pretty big swerve whenever all of them went for him except for the 3.
Yeah.
So
Well, apparently he was just a little overboard with his friendliness with the ladies. So
I thought he had enough people on his side to stay, though.
yeah,
But they all turned on him.
Kenny was surprised.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Kenny cook? Does he just sulk around the house?
He just talks around so far, I think. I haven't seen him cook at all.
I haven't seen him cook. I haven't seen him clean.
I did see him clean. He was sweeping.
Okay.
You'd think you'd be trying to put some of those food truck skills to work or something.
Right?
I know. I was thinking about that. He came in, and the first thing, Tucker's like, "Oh, I'm a chef," and then was interrupted by Tina. So
Yeah, so I was like, of all the things that he could have told people he was, why do you have to
Right.
pick something food related to where they would be like, oh, then you can cook for us all the time?
Yeah. I thought
exactly.
he would go with like security. I work
I'm a
security.
guidance counselor. I guide people to jail every day. So.
Yeah.
I feel like he could pass for like a football coach.
Yeah,
Just needs a
definitely.
coach.
Yeah.
See, there he
um,
sits now with his hoodie on, with the hood up, just sitting there.
Yeah, like, suck it up. But on the, like I said, on the same hand, from the undercover police officer or whatever the heck he was, he's just taking it all in, and they're just all talking freely in front of him. So if
Yeah.
he ever gets in power, who knows? I think it'll be the younger ladies that'll go. It might be the guys, but I think it'll be the
I
younger
think it'll
ladies
depend.
because,
Yeah.
well, yeah, because if someone like Brooklyn gets in his ear, maybe. I don't think Angela we have to worry about getting in his ear, even if she does stay this week. So my prediction is Angela will stay. I don't know
I think
who will win the AI contest, but
I think they'll pick Lisa to go before they pick Angela.
I do too.
yeah, I think she's
Because I
annoying too
think-
many people.
I
Yeah.
think they'll still see the value in how long she's watched the show, and now next week, who knows? But maybe they'll finally
Angela
get rid
could
of.
easily go.
Maybe they'll get rid of Kenny just to quit watching him sulk around.
Who knows? Who knows? He may by that time have convinced everybody, you know what? I'm just having some bad days. So we'll see. But yeah, I think Lisa goes home this week. We will miss seeing it, so I'll watch it on tape delay because we will be doing the Paranormal Guys. Speaking of which, Cheyenne, who do we have? Do you remember right off the top of your head?
I do not. Hold on.
Yeah, Zodiac
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, Shelby.
and Shelby. Yep.
That's right. We have a country and western singer that will be on the show that likes Bigfoot. So everybody
Yep.
needs to tune
Very,
in to
very
that.
pretty.
And
I don't know about
Zodiac
that.
looks like Bigfoot.
Yeah, is he going to come in costume or makeup or?
I'm not sure. He'll probably at least have his mask on.
It'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. Then, of course, we will watch the show, and then Thursday night we will have our update of it. And then Friday night we're back to the Gritty Guardian gang. I'm just not even going to talk about it. We're going to have some special guests. I'm just going to leave it at that because I never know who's going to show up. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. And we will see you soon. And I think we're off everything. We close the phone line. Phone line is closed. Everything is off of the air.
Yay.
It's good show. Good show. Hopefully we got some views. I saw it bouncing up and down a few times, so it's
Good
not
deal.
showing. So hopefully. So
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go pass the fuck out.
Yes. Same here.
well, we are still live. So. Wait a minute, we're still live, even though it's telling me we're not live.
What?
It doesn't say that it's live up in the corner.
Well, I'm hearing a voice echo in YouTube, so
Weird.
very weird. All right, we've had a matrix. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're leaving you.
Night, everybody.
I'll finish the song. I don't have to stop the show. This is a show that won't end. I don't have to stop the show. This is a show that won't end.
We're still on.
Hey. So this evening,
Well, we've decided to kick Glenn off for the evening, and now it's ladies' hour.
just us.
Oh, good God! Yeah,
Oh
and we're
my
we're
gosh.
still live on YouTube.
So I found this thing on Temu.
No, I was like, really? What? He got kicked out, and now he can't get back in.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
We're running the show now, bitch.
Ladies' night, oh what a night.
Now, I will legitimately have to do. I did do. Uh, it was one. First half of like the Misfits was just like. Well, here's all this cool stuff that I bought that I'm going to tell you guys about because you should have it too. I'll have to do one of those with my Temu finds.
That's great. Yes, definitely. I
All
love
right.
how
Well,
you order like all this stuff and it comes in one package that's just like taped all
yeah.
around it.
And you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to pick out, but
Yeah, I ordered 50 things. Let's see how it's in here.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You're going to take over my show, do you? Let me tell you who's in charge of this joint.
That'd be so funny.
I had to reset my password.
Oh my gosh.
No. Yeah, I have no idea why this happened. So
Check us out next week after Big Brother, where we talk to you about our
I was,
Temu hauls.
I was hacked by Big Brother.
Woo!
That's what it was. So.
Damn you, CBS.
Those two producers, they were still watching. So, all right. Well, I'm
It
going to
was
hit the end
Matt.
stream again. Yeah. It was Kenny. He doesn't want to leave. Damn it, Kenny.